Prince Siddhartha left his home at the age of 29 years in search of the ultimate truth. He moved up the Dungeshwari Hills and practiced extreme forms of self-modifications to attain ultimate enlightenment. His soft and shining royal body was reduced to a skeleton and his skin turned black. He spent the entire period living alone in the forests of Dungeshwari Hills, sleeping on beds of thorns. He never took shelter from rain, heat and cold, and spent the hot summer days and cold winter nights meditating on the open grounds. He hardly ate, and he denied every kind of nourishment to his body. At most, he used to eat only one fruit or a few grains of rice or a few seeds. He started torturing his body to extremes. His body got covered in dirt and filth, and he appeared loathsome. He stopped cutting his hair or beard for months. Impressed by the renunciation of Siddhartha and his extreme self-mortifications, the 5 Brahmins whom he had met in Rajgriha came to him and requested him to accept them as his disciple. Siddhartha accepted all these 5 Brahmins as his disciple. Later, Buddha shared the details of his self-mortifications during his struggles for attaining ultimate enlightenment with his chief disciple Sariputta. Buddha told Sariputta that because he practiced these extreme forms of mortifications, his limbs became like knotted joints of the wasted creepers. His backbone appeared like a string of balls, and his ribs like exposed rafters. His eyes sunk deep in the socket, and his sparkling pupils appeared like water at the end of a deep well. His scalp shrunk like a dried up bitter gourd left in the heat of the sun. When he touched the skin of his belly, he got hold of the skin of his back, and when he tried to touch the skin of his back, he got hold of the skin of his belly. His rotting hairs used to fall from his body whenever he stroked his legs with his hands. He used to negate breathing and used to hold his breath for long periods, which produced extreme sweating, loud roaring inside his head, extreme pain in his stomach, and severe headaches. Due to these extreme forms of self-mortification, one day he collapsed and lost consciousness. However, Siddhartha regained his consciousness after some time, but by that time, he had already realized that there was no higher realization in self-mortification. He realized that the starvation to death did not lead to the attainment of the state of supreme consciousness or ultimate enlightenment, nor the extreme self-mortification led to true knowledge. He had realized that supreme liberation cannot be attained with a weak and starving body. He decided that he will find his path of ultimate enlightenment on his own and will not depend upon the teachings of other ascetics. He decided to regain his strength and take nourishment.